This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to introduce you to the incredible new Sonny's Boss's Daddy Roulette system today. One of my subscribers, Sonny, who's worked in the casino industry his entire life, who is a pit boss on Fremont Street, says that he has modified the Boss's Daddy Roulette system into something unbelievable, and he's winning tons of money with it, and I can't wait to share it with you today. So we're going to put Sonny's Boss's Daddy Roulette system up against the original Boss's Daddy, and we're going to have fun with this one, and I can't wait to see which one makes the most money in 15 minutes. So we're going to start with the original Boss's Daddy first, and we're going to be looking for 5 in a row of a dozen or a column to miss. So let's go ahead and look over here. We don't have, we actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 12 is only 1 away, so let's go ahead and spin, see if we can get that first 12 out of the last 5 spins. It doesn't take too long to miss a dozen 5 times or a column. Remember, you have 2 choices. So we can start with first 12 now. And let's talk about the benefits of the original Boss's Daddy system. We're going to have a stop loss with this one so that we can't lose a ton. And also, when the progression goes farther, we're going to make a lot more money. So we're going to go from 10 to 20. We're going to double up on first 12. And again, if we bust, we're not toast with this one because there's a stop loss. And then that's a 21 red there. We lost. So we're going to go from 20 to 40. So again, we don't have to worry about losing $2,000 on one progression here or anything like that. Once we have our stop loss, I'll share that with you again. But we got the $80 win, and the more misses we have, the more money we make. You can see we're already up $50. So let's see. It looks like we've missed third 12 at least 5 times. So let's go ahead and start there. I can tell you 5 sounds like a lot, but it's not really when you're talking about dozens and columns and missing. So because we're only talking about 1 dozen, and there's a nice win there, and we're up $70 already. So let's look at the columns now. We have 34. We have 9. Okay, that's in the first and third column. We have 21. And then let's see, the 21 is in the third also. So then we have 24. Okay, and that's missing. It looks like all these are missing the 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 in a row that have missed the second column. So let's see if we can spin here and miss the second column. That's a 27 red. And we did. So now we can start with a $10 bet on second column. And let's go ahead and spin. We're just looking for 5 out of 1 dozen or 1 column that have missed. And that's a 15 black. Okay, so we're going to double this up. And again, it's not a bad thing if you miss, because the more misses you have, as long as you don't hit the stop loss, you're going to make a lot more money. Okay, so we lost at 20. We're going to go to 40. And spin. And if you get up to 80 or 160, it's going to pay huge. And that's a 00. We lost again. But again, you kind of get excited with this system once you get near the $80 level, which we're at right now, because if we get a win here at 80 or 160, it's going to pay really big. And that's a 27 red, and that is the second 27. So now we're going to place, this is our stop loss. So we're going to place a 160 bet on second column. And if we lose this, we're going to start back over again. We're not going to continue on. That's a 21 red. And we did lose. So that's our stop loss. We're at minus $240. But it's okay with this system because we're going to have some huge wins when we get to 40, 80, or 160 with this system. So let's see if we have something that is missed out of the last 5. We have the 21, the 27. Let's look at the columns here. That's third column. And then we have the 00, and we have the 7. We need to spin until there's 5 that are missing. And usually, it takes a little while before you, hit the stop loss like that, but that's okay. I'm going to share with you how this can come back really easily with a good win. So let's spin again here and try to get 5 numbers that have missed 1 dozen or 1 column. And here we go. Okay, and that's so we have 16, 36, and 21. And let's see. So we have that's all missing second column. We have 27 missing second column. Okay, yeah, we can still go second column. So let's just start back over. And actually, I just realized we could have stayed on second column because it didn't hit. So that's a 6 black. So we're going to go from 10 to 20 and spin. So we just start the progression over. And if we get, a win higher up in the progression, it's going to really pay, and it's going to make up for a lot of that stop loss that we have. We're going to go 20 to 40 now, and let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 3 red. We missed again, but again, that's okay, because if we can get a win here at 80 or 160, we're going to make a lot of that money back. And let's see if we can get it right here. That's a 25 red. And we didn't get it. So we have a really good chance here to get a big win with 160 on second column. And boy, that second column hasn't hit in a long time. So let's see if we can get it right here. That's a 32 red. There we go. That's a $320 win. So you can see we're only minus 70 now. Let's climb back into this thing. And it looks like we've missed second 12 a bunch. So let's start right there. And there's at least 5 missing out of that second 12. And here we go. That's a 35 black. And we missed that one. We'll go 10 to 20. And again, the more misses you have, the more money you make with this one. And it keeps you from losing a ton because there is that stop loss in there. That's a 28 black. And we're going to go from 20 to 40. But the new system of the day coming up from Sonny, Sonny's boss's daddy, is going to be much, much safer than this. And he says it wins every time that he tries it. And that's awesome. So we're at minus 20 now. Let's get back ahead. So looks like we've missed, we've had 5 that have missed the first 12. So let's start with a $10 bet on first 12. Remember, we're looking at columns and dozens. And okay, that's a win. Okay, so at least we're back to where we started. Let's make some money now. And if we can get some late progression hits, we're going to do really well. So we have the 2, the 24, and then we have the 28. And so we're going to have to spin a few times here to get 5 that have missed a dozen or a column. But generally, it doesn't take too long because you're just talking about 12 numbers. And it misses 12 numbers a lot. So let's just spin a few more times here and get our next bet. Wait for our next trigger here. And then let's get back in profit. And there aren't too many systems that can win when they bust. And this is definitely one that can win when it busts, and because we've already hit our stop loss. But now I think we can make a lot of money, and let's see if that's the case. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have missed the third 12 now, so we'll start with a $10 bet right there. And maybe we can get a few losses here and then get a win and really get some profit going here. Let's see. So we'll go 10 to 20. And but Sonny's version of this coming up is much safer. And we got a win there on 35 black, so at least we're in profit now. Now we're up $30. So let's see here. We have 35, and we have 3, and that's second and third column. And then we have 14. That missed the first column also. So we need to spin a couple more times here to get that first column out of the last 5. That's a 22 black. Oh, but we just hit first column. So let's look at the dozens too. And looks like we need to spin a few more times. But if you're playing automated roulette, which I recommend with this, then it doesn't really matter because you can just let it keep spinning. Like I always say with systems like this, just enjoy your free drink. And, if it takes a few spins to get your trigger, that's fine. And here we go. That's a 32 red. Okay, so we've missed the first dozen 4 times. If we miss it here, we'll place our bet there. Okay, good. We have another bet. So let's get further ahead here, and we're up $30. Let's get up a lot more. And again, all it takes is one win with a 80 or a 160 bet, and you're going to be up huge with this. And okay, there's a loss at 10. So what you want to do with this is when you hit one of those big ones like that, you want to cash out. That's a 34 red. Okay, we lost at 20. So it's not a bad thing if you lose on the first few with this one, because it does escalate your profits. And that's a 17 black. That's another loss. So we're going to go to 80. Okay, let's go ahead and do that and spin. And let's hope we get a low number in the next 2 spins. We'll see. We did not. So we have the possibility of hitting our stop loss again here, but it's also a huge exciting moment as well, because we know if we hit that 160 bet, the worst thing is we lose this and we lose 320. But the exciting thing is we know if we hit this bet, that we could probably cash out for the day. So a lot of excitement both ways. And we did hit our stop loss again. So this is the first time I've tested this where we've hit our stop loss twice. So we did lose $320. We're back down $280. And the first 12 still has not hit. So we're going to start back over on that first 12, and we're going to try to get back ahead. But the benefit to playing this is there's a huge upside to how much money you can make, and you're not going to lose a $2,000 bankroll with this one because of the stop loss that we're using. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a win here. And maybe we can get a high later progression hit this time. We're going to go from 20 to 40. And again, Sonny said he has transformed this system into something unbelievable. So I can't wait to share that with you coming up. It finally hit. And unfortunately, it hit at just a $40 level. So we're still minus 230. But that's okay. We haven't. Think about it this way. We've busted twice, and we're only down 230. Let's get it back. And then we'll get ahead and cash out. And see, we have the 5 and the 19. That's first and second column. And then the 30, that's third. So we don't have anything there. Let's spin a couple times and get our next bet going here. And this is the boss's daddy. And coming up is Sonny's boss's daddy. And I can't wait to share that with you. And he says it's unbelievable. He's modified this into something that is really, really good. And that's a 1 red. Okay, so let's see. We've missed third 12 4 times. Let's see if we miss it here a 5th time. Okay, we did. So it's time to place that next bet, and maybe we can get a late progression hit on this, which means at 80 or 160, or even 40 is good. That's a 21 red. Okay, we'll go 10 to 20 and spin. Let's see what we can get here. Eventually, if you play long enough, you'll get one of those late progression hits. But we already won on this one, so we'll take the $40. We're at minus 200, which again isn't bad for not for busting twice. So keep that in mind. Think about how much you lose with most of these systems if you do bust. So let's get back ahead, and here we go. So we have the 28 and the 21, and that's first and third. Then we don't have columns consecutively, so we need to go ahead and spin, try to avoid that first 12. Maybe that first 12 that cost us a bunch of money can make us a bunch of money here. If we don't get one here, we can place our next bet on first 12, and I think that's the case. So let's start back with a $10 bet on first 12 and spin with the boss's daddy roulette system. And we hit it early, but I mean, a win's a win. But we're still minus 180. Let's keep crawling back here, and let's see if we can avoid that third 12 for a couple spins. Okay, that's an 11 black. Okay, so if we miss third 12 one more time, we can go ahead and place our next bet. And we're wanting that late progression hit. Okay, we missed it 5 times. So we'll put a $10 bet on third 12, and let's hope that we win on the 80 or the 160 bet. That would really be nice. That's a 9 red. Okay, we have some consecutive ones here. And one thing I would do if I were you and I was playing this, so I don't know if you saw the boss's, I'm sorry, so we're at minus 190 right now. But if you look up here, we have the 1, the 11, the 0, and the 9. If you saw the no boss roulette system, what I would do if I was jumping in here is put $100 on second and third 12 right now. But let's go ahead and continue with this system. Looks like we can go on third 12 now for 10 and spin. But if I was playing, that's what I would do. And let's see if that would have won. And it would have won. So, if you had used the no boss, so check that video out if you haven't seen it. The no boss system, you would have won. We could have put $100 on second and third 12 there and won $100. We're at minus 170. And looks like second 12 has missed a bunch. Let's start there. And we still haven't really got a late progression hit yet, and we've been patient. Let's see what we get here. And what I mean by that is that if we get a bunch of misses, and before our stop loss, we hit it. So here we go. That's a 5 red. Okay. And we're going to be at 40 now. And spin. And we have 40, 80, 160. Okay, that's another loss. But again, this is actually exciting because we know if we get a win on the 80 or the 160, we're going to make a lot. And we're not going to go past that. So that's a 29 red. So we have a real good opportunity here to hit the 160 bet. So instead of fearing it, because we know that we're not going to go past the 160, that's our stop loss. Instead of fearing it, let's be excited to hope that we can hit it. And we did not. So this is the first time that we've hit the stop loss twice, and we've hit it 3 times. So that's why we're down $480. So that's why. So we'll look for our next bet here. We're almost done with this one, and it's not performing like it had before. But keep this in mind that that Sonny's system is coming up here, and he said he has transformed this system into something fantastic. So we're at minus 460, and that's the 15 minutes. It's up. So we did lose $460 with the Boss's Daddy Roulette system today. We hit the stop loss 3 times. That's why. But I'm telling you, if this is a great one that you can hit something big and then just walk right out quickly with, if things go well. And this is the first time I've seen it not go well. So, but again, we lost our bankroll, or we hit our stop loss 3 times, and still lost less than 500. So now let's get into the incredible new Sonny's Boss's Daddy and see how he transformed this system into something amazing that he's winning with every day. And I can't wait to share this with you. So let's just jump right in and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for Sonny's Boss's Daddy, and he said this is unbelievable, and he has transformed the Boss's Daddy into something fantastic that wins, and he wins and wins and wins again. And we're going to start with, we still have the 5 in a row that we're looking to miss, so we're going to start first column for $10, and let's go ahead and spin. But this is a different progression. It's much safer, and that's a 26 black. Okay, that's a $10 loss, and we're just going to repeat that bet at $10 and spin again. And again, we did wait for 5 in a row to miss out of that first column. That's a 12 red. We lost again, so now we'll go to a $20 bet on first column. And Sonny said once he started using this progression, which we're using now, which I'll share with you, it really made this system unbelievable. Okay, that's a $40 win. So now we're up $20, and we're going to look for our next play. And looks like we've missed second 12 a few times. Let's go ahead and spin again. Make sure we have our 5 misses in a row. And he said sometimes he went with 4, but the progression is the key, and we'll go over that as we go through here. So looks like we have a bunch of low numbers there. Again, this is when I would do the no boss strategy. I'd be betting $100 on second and third 12 right here because the first 12 hit 3 times. So I would throw that no boss strategy in and win another $100 there. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've missed second 12. All right, let's go ahead and spin. And this is a much safer progression, but still makes a lot of money and is not going to bust or hit the stop loss like the no boss. Not the no boss. I mean the Boss's Daddy Roulette system. I was just talking about the no boss. So we'll repeat that bet at $10 on second 12 and spin. But I do, whenever I'm playing other systems, I throw the no boss system in there. And again, if you haven't seen that, go check that video out. We're up $30. And let's see, we have 3 that have missed out of the first. We have 18 in third column, 32 in second, 34. We don't have 5 in a row right now, so let's just spin. And if you're playing automated, you don't even have to hit the spin button. Just wait till you have 5 misses out of a dozen or a column. And let's see, we have 1 more to go to miss the first 12. And then we can, but we hit the first 12. So let's check our columns. And we have 6, 22. And see, that's third column, first column, third column, 32. And we still have a couple more to go here. And then we can place our next bet and have our next trigger here. That's a 27 red. Okay, and let's see. We have 27, 6. Let's spin one more time here. And then we'll see if we have a column that we've missed 5 times. That's a 10 black. Okay, so we have 10, 27, first and third column, 6, and that's third column, 22, first column, 18. Okay, we've missed second column 5 times or more, so let's go ahead and spin. And this is Sonny's Boss's Daddy Roulette System. That's a 28 black. And Sonny has been working in the casino industry his whole life. Been a pit boss and a manager at many different casinos. And that's a 13 black. Now we'll have a $20 bet on second column. And now he works in a casino right next to Circa, where I play on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. And we'll be at a $30 bet now. Let's go ahead and spin. And we're using the Fibonacci sequence with this waiting for 5 to miss. And this is a much safer progression. We're up $50. And let's see, we have the 5 and the 34. They're in the first and second column. Then we have the 13, the 28, and then the 10. Okay, third column is missed 5 times. So let's start there and spin. And let's see what we get here. That's a 7 red. Okay, we'll repeat that bet of $10. So you can see the progression is much slower and much safer. And that's an 8 black. Okay, so we'll put a $20 bet on third column now and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 28 black. Okay, we lost at 20. We'll go to 30. So the Fibonacci sequence is adding up the 2 previous bets for your next bet. So we added 20 plus 10 to get us to 30 here. Okay, so now we're going to go 30 plus 20, and we're going to have a $50 bet on third column. So let's do that. Okay, that's a 0. We definitely lost that one. Okay, so now we add 50 plus 30, and we'll have an $80 bet out there on third column. And let's get a win. Here we go. That's a 33 black. And there's a win. That's a $160 win. So now we're up $90, and we're continually adding profit here. Much longer progression. And by waiting for 5 to miss, it really gives us a good chance. It looks like we can already start with second 12 here. It's missed 5 times. Gives you a lot more chances to recover. And that's a 29 black. Okay, we'll repeat that bet of $10 on second 12 and spin. Okay, that's a win on 17 black. Okay, we're up $100 now. And let's see, first 12, if we miss on this spin, will be our next play here. And here we go. Might hit the 2, though. It almost looked like it was going to. But there's 5 in a row, missing the first 12. So let's go ahead and start right there. And spin. And here we go. And that's a 10 black. All right, so now we're up $120. And let's see what we have here. We have the 10. Let's look at the columns. We have the 10 and the 28, which are in the first column, the 17 in the second, and then the 29 in the second, and then the 33. So all we need is the third column to miss one more time, and we can place our bet there. Okay, that's a 15 black. But we hit the third column. So let's spin again here, and it won't take long to have 5, because you're basically working off 3 dozens and 3 columns, and it doesn't take long to have 5 in a row miss. Okay, let's go ahead and spin here. We'll see if we can miss third 12 the next couple spins. There's a 17 black. Okay, let's do that one more time, and if we miss third 12 here, that'll be our next play. Okay, we did, so it's time to place a bet on third 12 and spin. And again, we're adding up our 2 previous bets for our next bet. And that's a 27 red. Fantastic. So now we're up $140. You can see how much safer this is. Although, you know, with the previous system, there's you can win a lot of money quickly and cash out. But this one is very consistent. And Sonny says it's doing fantastic. So let's keep going with this baby here. And we have 27 and 7, which are first and third. And then we have 17, which is second. So let's keep going. We need it to miss 5 times out of a dozen or a column. And that's a 29 black. Okay, and let's see if we can miss the second 12 for a couple spins. Okay, that's a 6 black. Okay, we have, if we miss the second 12 here, that'll be our next play. And here we go. We did miss it, so that'll be our next play. And that's our next trigger is second 12. And let's spin. And here we go. That's a 19 red, and that's a win. Okay, so now we're up $160. We're being very patient and making a lot of good money. So we have the 19 and the 35, which are in first and second column. The 6, which is in third. So we don't have our 5 yet. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 4 black. Okay, let's spin again here. And again, if you're playing automated roulette, you don't even have to spin. Just let it keep going. Enjoy your free drink and talk to some people and have a good time. So let's see. We are missing third 12. Let's see if we can stay away from the high numbers on the next couple spins. And that definitely stayed away from the high numbers. That's about the lowest number you can get, I think, the 00. And here we go. That's a 10. Okay, we have our next play or trigger. So we'll be on third 12 for 10, and let's spin. And this is just a very consistent way of making money. And Sonny would know. He spends all day, every day in these casinos, and has for years, and has some really good systems. And he's the one that always says, when you're up a good amount, cash out and declare victory. And we'll go to 20 now and add up those 2 previous bets. And really smart way to play. And remember, we also sell those shirts that say that on them to remind you. And we're up $180 now. So you can get those at theroulettemaster.com. On the front, they say cash out. On the back, they say declare victory over the casino. So a nice reminder. And I always wear those when I'm playing just to help remind me that I'm up a lot. I should declare victory for the day. And okay, that's we've missed. We can go second 12 now. And I'm telling you, the days that you lose the most are the days that you're up, and then you lose the amount that you're up, and then you press. So that's why if you can just cash out when you're up a good amount, and that will take that out of the equation. But those are the days you lose the most, is when you're up and then you lose the amount you were up, and then all of a sudden you say to yourself, I got to get back to where I was, and then you get in trouble. So cash out when you're up a good amount and declare victory over the casino. Okay, there's a $20 loss. We'll go to 30. And again, all we're doing is adding up our previous 2 bets for our next bet, and let's spin. That's a 16 red. Fantastic. So you can see we're already up $200, and we've done it in a very safe manner. That's what Sonny likes, is consistent profits. And he's right. And that's an 8 black. Okay, and looks like we need to keep spinning here. We'll watch the columns here as well as the dozens. And we're doing really well with the Sonny's Boss's Daddy. All right. Or Sonny's Boss's Daddy. And let's see here. That was at 30. Oh, yeah, we're up 200. Let's see what we have here. So we have 8, 16, 16. Let me see what the 8's in the second column. 16 is in the first, and then the 33. Okay, we still don't have a play yet, but we're getting close. And it doesn't take long to miss 5. That's a 24 black. Okay, so we have the 24, the 16, and the 8. That doesn't help us much. But what does is that third 12 down there. If we miss it one more time, that'll be our next play. And that's our next play, is the third 12. So let's go ahead and place our bet there and spin. And here we go. That's a 14 red. Okay, so we'll replay that $10 bet. 0 plus 10 is 10. That's our next bet. And then we just add up the previous 2 bets for our next bet. And we lost, so the 2 previous bets are 10 and 10. So that gives us a $20 bet. And if you lose this, you add 20 plus 10, and so on and so forth. And for both the systems today, I would recommend a $1,000 bankroll. And we're up $220 right now. So that's fantastic. Doing great. The 26 is in the second column. The 9 is in the third. The 14 is in the second. Let's see. So we're missing first column, but we've only missed it 3 times. So let's keep going here, and we'll find our next play. That's a 29 black. Okay, we missed first column again. That's good. Let's see if we can miss it one more time, and that'll be our next play. All right, that's a 22 black, but we did hit first column, so let's look at the dozens now, and it looks like we're about to miss. Well, we have to go a few more here. It doesn't look like we have our 5 yet, so here we go, and that's a 20 black. Okay, so if we miss first 12 here, that'll be our next play, and here we go. Okay, that's our next play, first 12. So we'll start with a $10 bet right there. We're up $220, and let's spin. That's a 9 red. All right, now we're up $240. Fantastic. Really cruising with this one and doing really well. We have the 28 and the 9, and that's the first and third, and then the 20s in the second. So we don't have our play yet. Let's go ahead and spin. And if you're playing automated roulette, which I would recommend with this, then you don't even have to spin. Just wait till you have 5 that miss. It doesn't take long. As you've probably noticed today, it doesn't take more than probably 30 seconds at the most of just letting it spin before you get your next trigger. And of course, as I say that now, I'll probably have one that lasts a minute or two, but let's see. That's a 22 black. Okay, and let's spin. We'll see if we can avoid that first 12 there. And that's a 20. Okay, if we get one more that misses the first 12, we'll have our next trigger or play. And here we go. Okay, and that is a win. So we're going to go ahead and place first 12, but this is our last spin. We're right at the 15-minute mark, so we'll see what we get here. And we didn't get it, but that's okay. We don't have time to recover. We'll take that $10 loss, and we made $230 with Sonny's Boss's Daddy Roulette System. Sonny has said he's doing incredible with this, so I hope you guys try it out and test it out and let me know how you do, and that would be fantastic. Thank you, Sonny, for sending this in. Really appreciate it. That's what it's all about. You know, changing a system to make it better is just as good as creating a new one. So remember that. And if you guys are enjoying the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day with me, please like, share, and subscribe so we can keep growing this community of people that love roulette, and really increases the conversation. And I love that. And I just want to thank everybody for being such a fantastic member of this community. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.